Gentlemen, what is good? Today we're going to be talking about why. Well, the name of this video is It is Dangerous to Suck in Bed with Women. And that is true. It is dangerous to suck in bed with women. And I'm going to be giving you another 3-point sermon like the great Presbyterian minister that I never was. And I'm going to give you some points that I think are important because it's from my own personal experience, from what I've seen. I've worked in mental health. I worked in church ministry. I've worked, those are probably the two fields where I've worked the most in my life. And I will tell you right now that these fields are becoming predominantly female. Okay. And this is really sort of the main theme of this video is why it's important as a man to be sexually dominant in bed and to be good at having sex is because it's going to overall, let's be honest, we live in a matriarchal society. And really the only men that women in their hindbrain, right, deep down, really truly respect are men that are good at having sex. And women kind of despise the men that aren't. And women are good at picking up on these sorts of cues, which is why it's just part of their natural hypergamy. They understand who the alpha fucks and the beta bucks guys are deep down. And in us as men, we can spot that ourselves. I mean, I could tell you when I know a guy's good, not from personal experience, no homo, but like I know when a guy can fuck and when a guy can't fuck. Okay, so I'm going to give you these 3 points, and take them as you will. I think they're important. The first one is this: the bedroom is the only place, okay, where you can be sexually dominant with a woman. You can be a misogynist, you could be toxic masculinity, you could be all these things in the bedroom. I mean, you can get women to do whatever you want if you're good in bed, to say whatever you want. You could smack them on the ass. I mean, you can just, if you're good in bed with women, you can straight up be what the Me Too movement says you shouldn't be. And I'm not saying rape women. That's not what I'm saying. To be clear, I'm not saying do that. What I'm saying is if you are good in bed, a woman will allow you to take her to the next level. Okay. And what I'm saying is learn to give a woman pleasure. Okay. Which is the opposite of torment. I'm not saying any of that. Okay. Give a woman pleasure. All right. So the bedroom is the one place where you can basically be a masculine and be a masculine man, right? And everywhere else, if you go anywhere and people will make comments with me, and I'll hear all types of like little jabs about, well, look at you, you're a lunkhead, this and that. And I take pride in the amount of knowledge that I've learned over my years. It's taken a lot of work for me to work out. It's taken a lot of work for me to read all these books behind you. I've always considered myself sort of a dork, but I'll have people take jabs at me because of the recent gains that I've had, and I take pride in that. It's fine, but it's like they go, well, look at that guy. He's kind of a lunkhead, and that's seen in a negative light nowadays for the majority of people, but not for the people that matter, not for the the people that are in the top 20%, the guys that know what they're doing, right? And that's what I'm doing with these videos. I'm trying to get you in the top 20%. And real quick, on point number 1, where being the bedroom is the one place where you can be sexually dominant. I got that idea from Sterling Cooper. Sterling Cooper is one of the Rule Zero guys. He's a red pill guy. I've recently come across this community. I've been watching their videos. Tremendous, man. Absolutely tremendous. Thank you guys for what you do. If you ever watch this video, all of you guys in the Rule Zero, just making men's lives better. I can't tell you how much better my life has gotten over the last year. I think when the pandemic hit, I was sleepwalking through life. I came across Rich Cooper's videos through Gonzalo Lira, who was Coach Red Pill. And from there, I heard him talking about Rollo Tomasi, and it was probably last May, really, when I started getting into the Red Pill stuff. And then it was last May when I started really working out, and then decided I changed my mind about life. And I'll make a video about changing your mind. I'm actually going to write that down. Well, change your mind. It's a good idea for a video. Why I changed my mind. And I really have over the last year. And for me, like when I changed my mind, I needed a body to follow. And then I needed my career and life decisions that I've made. Right now I'm studying to sell insurance. I've been working with kids for 25 years, and I love what I do. I've loved what I've done. I'm really good at what I do, but I realized that I needed to do more for not just other people's kids, but for my kids. I needed to put myself in a situation where I can make more money, not just for my kids, but also for me, and to prove that I can live up to these things. And that's what I'm in the middle of. And I think these videos, as I move forward, I'll tell you more about these, my own personal life. That's what this whole channel is going to be about, is me basically explaining to you how I made poor choices in my life. I married a BPD. I had a baby with a BPD. That cost me 2 decades of my life. 2 decades. And I'm still in the middle of that sentence. All right, my oldest son's going to be turning 13. That means I have 5 more years of child support, of dealing with his mom. And to be honest with you, she has actually, her and I have a pretty decent relationship, especially after I got red pilled. Dealing with my son's mother. I mean, like, after I got red pilled, I know how to interact with her in a way that she's the extreme. It's like, if you're a BPD chick, right, you're kind of the extreme of female nature. And if, I'll get into that for other videos, but I know how to deal with her more because I've read The Rational Male, because I watch Rollo Tomasi, because I watch Rich Cooper, the Rule Zero guys, okay? Even recently, Modern Life Dating, who's been ripping apart John Anthony, and John Anthony has been coming back. It's been a lot of fun to watch these guys go at each other. I'm not going to lie. John Anthony, you're going up against Rollo Tomasi. Good luck to you, brother. You're going to need it, because that man's work's going to be around long after anyone can even remember you. I promise you. But all right, point number 2. All right, so the point of that was, go to Sterling Cooper. Go check out his work, okay? And I think it will help you to escalate your game. And I plan on doing it. I feel very confident about my ability to sexually escalate and to do well in bedroom. I feel I've had tons of wonderful experiences in my lifetime, and especially now with my wife. And I brought that experience into my relationship with my wife. And I want you to know that, my wife is a corporate America woman, and her day in and day out life, she is like every other woman. But when we're in the household, especially when we're in the bedroom, it's me escalating it, and it's creating an experience that she loves, and it helps me. I mean, I'm not your beta bucks guy, okay? I'm your alpha fucks guy. And when my wife met me, I was a bouncer at one of the premier bars here in Pittsburgh, and we had fun. We had fun for about a month, and at that point, I cut her off because she was hitting her late 20s and was talking about settling down, and I was messing primarily with women in their early 20s. I had a girl that was going to be like my main girl, but like I was going to be non-exclusive with her, and I gave my wife a good sexual experience when she was in her 20s, and it was good enough where she had kept track and kept tabs on me over the years, and hit me up on Messenger, hit me up on Bumble, and when she was about 33, and I'm 3 years older than her, I was about 37, and I started thinking about, all right, well, what's this mean for me? I knew I wanted to have kids, and basically, so my wife and I, we went out on a date, and I was very pleasantly surprised. She was completely humble. The hubris was gone. She wasn't on her phone. She was totally into me. She asked me a question about my kids, about my kid at the time. I have 2. Now I have one with her. And, this was before I was red pilled, and a lot of you red pill guys would be like, what the fuck are you doing with a 33-year-old, blah, 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 blah. My wife looks great, all right? And she keeps herself in tremendous shape. Very sexy body. Beautiful woman. I'm very, very satisfied. But I've had to know how to sexually escalate my wife, because she was 33 when we really got serious, right? And who am I to fucking? Hey, I'm not gonna. She obviously has had a sexual past, and this is something that I think most of you guys are struggling with, is you haven't had the sexual history that the women that you're going after have had. All right. So it is important for you to be reading The Rational Male, for you to be engaged in this material and figuring out how you're going to sleep with women, especially in your 20s. Get good at sleeping with women. It's just that simple. You have to do it. We live in a matriarchal society. We live in a gynocentric social order where women make the rules, but they'll break them for the guys who fuck well. Okay? Make sense? Good. Number 2, if you're good in bed, this will perspirate out of you. Okay, this will be something that comes out, and it's a certain level of confidence, and it'll be in every interaction you have with every woman ever. Okay, you'll just know. I mean, and they'll know it by the way that you look at them, and you'll look at them going, like, this will be beneficial because women are in the workforce today, right? I mean, it's like they are running things. I worked in mental health. I worked for churches, like I said. They are taking over these areas. And if even in your simple interactions with your supervisor, I've had so many female supervisors, the best relationships I've had with my female supervisors are the ones that I've had a very candid, somewhat, like there's a hint of like flirting going there. Okay. It's like, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. It's like those are, and as a man, you're in the workforce, you're going to have to deal with this sort of thing. You're going to have to. Okay. So if you're good in bed, that is going to magnify you in your day in and day out world. Okay. I mean, just drive down to your local fucking McDonald's, local Wendy's, your Chick-fil-A. Count how many men and how many women are working. I guarantee you to be the majority women. Go to your mall, majority women. I could tell you my wife works in corporate America, majority women. Okay? That's what's happening. That's what's going on in today's world. Okay? So you basically, you want to be good in bed because it's going to translate in your day in and day out world. It is. And they're, because women are in charge of things nowadays, it's going to be to your advantage. And, to that point, and I'm going to make a little side note, and I know this is point 2. This would be point 2.A. I think that if you're good in bed with women, you're less likely to come across an allegation. You're less likely to be accused of something you didn't do. And we do live in a day and age where if women accuse you of something, guess what? You're in trouble. And I know this from personal experience. My ex-wife, the BPD, got a lawyer through the women's shelter for absolutely free, and it burned through my life savings. And this is while I was at seminary here in Pittsburgh, and the dean at Pittsburgh Theological Seminary and the feminist chick who helped her, I'm not going to say any names, but she was like I will say that she taught spirituality and mysticism. Real fucking original. You fucking dope. Anyway, yeah, like they got her a woman through a lawyer through the women's shelter. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, right? I'm like, anyway. So that's point number 2. Point number 2 is. Point number 1 is being the bedroom is the one place in the world today where you can be sexually dominant as a man. Point number 2 is if you're good in bed, women who are in charge of the world today, for whatever reason, because of the gynocentric social order, and that's been going on since the 60s and this and that, they will treat you differently because they will They know. They have an instinctual knowledge. Women know when a man is good in bed based off of his mannerisms. Okay? They know. Also, point number 3. If you are looking for a long-term relationship, an LTR, right, you're going to need to be better than all of her previous partners. Now, women today sleep with men, about 20 to 50 men on average. I got that from, who did I get that from? One of the Rule Zero guys. Paul, Apex Mindset. Really like your work, dude. Good job. This is all about building neurological pathways in a woman's brain. Okay? The men that have come before you, and because they're new, we all know, right? As men, it's like, when you have a new sexual partner, it's very exciting. It's very exciting. Well, women have 20 to 50 new sexual partners. That means they've had 20 to 50 new sexual experiences, which means that they've had 20 to 50 oxytocin hits that were, something that you're going to have to compete with as a man. And so you're going to have to learn to basically become a brain fucking surgeon. You're going to have to be a brain surgeon. You're going to have to know how to give your wife sexual experiences that she has never had before. Good luck with that, okay? And ladies, you're not going to understand this. I'm talking to men. This is why so many of you are unmarriageable, because most guys are sleeping with 8 different partners in a lifetime. I forgot where I got that statistic, excuse me. But you ladies are sleeping with 20 to 50. I mean, it's like you sport fuck your way through your 20s, and then you expect golden cock number 52 to be the one to give you the lifestyle that you want and the kids that you want when you hit 29, 30, 34. It's like, it's just not realistic. So it's not realistic. You as a man, you have to be good in bed, because as long as you're her best, and I'm getting this from Paul, thank you. As long as you're her best, you won't, and I know this from personal experience too. All right, I'm not just stealing this from Paul, but I've heard Paul say this. Paul, Apex Mindset. As long as you're her best, you'll be fine. As long as you're giving her new experiences, okay? And trust me, I'm not going to get much into it, but I've had very good new experiences with my wife, and I get virtually every kind of sex I want. So anyway, that's it. Point number 1. The bedroom is the only place where you can be sexually dominant nowadays. Point number 2, women rule the world, and if they will sense that if you're good in bed, they will know it and treat you differently, with the exception, okay? All right, and point number 3, if you're in an LTR, you're going to have to be better than all 50 of her previous partners, or 30, or 40, or whatever the number is, man. It's crazy. It's outrageous. I know. Like to even think about that, right? It's like, holy shit, I can't believe that these women sleep with this many men. But I'll hear guys talk about, well, women sleep with 10 different guys. I'm like, dude, if I met a woman who only slept with 10 different guys, I would think she's a fucking virgin. I mean, that's where I'm at in life. It's like, you've only been with 10 guys? Wow. You're practically a virgin. I mean, I don't, correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, so... All right, gentlemen, that's it. That's my 3 points. And I thank you for taking the time to watch the video. And we're down to almost 19 minutes. Deuces. Thank you.